Hello, quilting friends. It is Tuesday, and my computer is doing something funky right now. So hold on just a second. Okay, I reboot just as I'm getting started, and then sometimes another program has to reboot. So, anyway, I think that's what happened. Let's see if chats work this week because it wasn't working last week. Let's see what's up. I'm cold today. There's snow on the ground. I am not okay. Now, I should say there was snow on the ground. There were like 5 flakes of snow on the ground, and they've since melted, but I'm still not okay. While I hate summer with the burning and flaming passion of 1,000 suns, I'm not ready for snow yet. I'm just not. It's too soon. It's far too soon. Let me get on here and see if any chats are happening because it's not working on my computer. Let's see what's going on. Talk amongst yourselves. Debbie. Brown quilts. I am live. I do not see any comments. So anyway, hello. So let's see what's new. If the comments come in, I will answer them. If not, it'll be brief. So what did I do? Since I saw you last, I drove to the Poconos, the mountains in Pennsylvania, not too far from home. It's less than 100 miles, but some of the driving is either through New York City or through the Delaware Water Gap. So it's longer than that. So I can either go this way and go through the woods at 30 miles an hour, or I can go this way and hit all sorts of traffic. But I had a fabulous time. The shop is great. They really hustle for their customers. They want to make sure everybody's happy. They put together a great event. The staff is wonderful. And my one complaint, my car wasn't big enough to bring everyone home with me because all of my students need to be my next door neighbors. But I see Facebook is acting up. What is this here? Chat. Sorry about that. I've been having trouble. I'm going to have to work with them and see if I need a different software to work this on. One of my followers here was supposed to be in class and I missed her. She wasn't feeling well. So Joan, I hope you're feeling better. I'm sorry we missed you. You missed an absolutely fabulous time, but hopefully I'll be back. I'm sorry. My hair feels like a lot today. I gave the shop a lot of class ideas and maybe I'll come back. Bonnie, no, not my fault, but if I'm subscribing to a system that's not working well, then maybe I need to do a new system. So we'll see how it goes. Still looking to see if this happens. Debbie Round, it says I'm live, which is nice being live. I like being live. Oh, see, it says Janet. Okay, Janet's here. Hello. And then we'll see what's going on with YouTube. And then I'll start figure this all out. Computers are so much fun. Let's see. Debbie Brown Quilts. Go to your channel. Weekly Facebook Live. Okay, let's see if there's comments coming in. I'm not finding any comments, but anyway, hello. We'll just continue on. So I talked to you last Tuesday. I left Wednesday. I got home Sunday night. Yesterday was a whirlwind. I slept in. I had a few things to do. And then my husband and I went to the movies last night. So today is like my day at home. So I haven't done anything at home since I saw you. But let's see, one thing going on. I have the island hopping mystery 5/0 quilt that I get to start on. I have the fabric pooled. I don't know that I'll get to cut it this week, but hope springs eternal. I'm just going through my printer tray right now to see what I've done. So I have some classes coming up in Syracuse, some advanced ruler classes. So we're going to be working on things like this and like this. So yeah, I have a lot of fun things there. I have some other fun types of stitchery and tomfoolery going. So that is in Calico Gals. I'm going to be there on Friday all day for ruler classes. I'm not sure if they have room, but if you want to head on up, it looks like the storm that's coming over from the Great Lakes is going north of them. So it doesn't look like they're going to take a direct hit from this storm and get the typical Syracuse storm of 4 feet of snow and not moving at all. It looks like it's going to be rain by the time we get there. And if snow, only a couple inches, which is nothing. They don't even count that in Syracuse, I'm pretty sure. So let's see. Hello from Minnesota. Are you getting this snow? Because I know it was coming. I know it was coming from the lakes in Michigan, but I'm not sure if it went as far as you. Krista, what did I see? What movie did I see? My husband loves movies. Next week, I get to see 2 movies. Movies are a little hard for me because I don't hear well. So I miss some of them and I do better with subtitles. But our theater has mystery movies and they offer $5 movies that you don't know what it is till you get there. And last night we thought we were going to see Now You See Me, that Jesse Eisenberg movie. That wasn't it. It was called Eternity. And it was Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller. It was good. It was a sweet movie, kind of funny, kind of sweet. It was kind of indie film, so you didn't know where it was going. It wasn't like a major production. And then apparently there's another mystery next week, which we don't know what it'll be. And then through our cell phones, we have T-Mobile because they cover where I live. Verizon does not. I had Verizon and I had terrible coverage here, so we had to switch to T-Mobile. They have a $5 movie ticket out for the Now You See Me movie. So next week I get to see a mystery movie and Now You See Me. So lots of movies next week. Krista, you decided to do the Mystery 5-0 also. What fabric are you choosing? I am choosing some French countryside fabric by Jan Shore. I'll show pictures of it when I get it cut. The bolts are stacked over there. I just got to cut it off. You had a dusting of snow. I'm not sure that what we had could even be considered a dusting. We had very little snow. I looked out and I'm like, why are the leaves white? And then 10 minutes later, the leaves weren't white anymore. And I did see some actual snowflakes falling from the sky. And then I went to make a cup of tea and then I was very sad. So happy winter, folks. After this, I'm home for the rest of the day working. Sorry about that. And working and quilting. So hubby has to work late tonight, and then he's got some stuff he does. So maybe I'll actually get to do some quilting tonight, which would be nice. So new projects. I bought one. So that's what I did. I went to Poconos, and now I went to Poconos and back, which is in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And I'm on my way to Syracuse to Calico Gals. You have a Christmas kit from the local quilt shop called Tiny Apple. Oh, that will be pretty. I tend to do red, white, and blue quilts when I don't know what I'm doing. And I am a fabric store, so I have a lot of fabric to pull. So that's what I did. Orleans is the name of the fabric. We would say Orleans because we're American, but it's Orleans is the fabric from Jan Shore. It's French countryside fabric. So what did I start? What did I finish? What did I start? What did I finish? And what's in process? What's in process is my laundry because I got home and I'm doing my laundry so I can pack and leave again. Let's see. Aguilar Tim. Anyway, let's see. Is that Cynthia? I'm seeing a little bit of a blonde hair in the background. But anyway, I loved seeing you at the Poconos too. It was so much fun. Um, Yesterday, I was such a grump. Oh, and I had to tell my husband, I'm like, I'm going to be a grumpy, whiny, gross person just because I'm tired. But I'm like, and it's worth it. It's worth having a grumpy, tired day. And then I ordered something online for a friend whose dog had died. And then they didn't send it. And then they wouldn't cancel it, but they wouldn't give me my money back. But then they wouldn't send it. And 2.5 hours on the phone later, I earned my grumpiness, is what I'm saying. But it's all fixed because you got to know how to complain properly. And you complain properly by reaching out to corporate and addressing them on Twitter. So anyway, it's all taken care of now. But I was grumpy yesterday. Not grumpy while I'm teaching, but I needed a nap. Krista, you don't have a ton of red, white, and blue. You lean more toward Halloween colors. Ooh. The Halloween colors I lean toward would be like purple and acid green stripes and really wonky polka dots and zonky colors. Yeah, I like loud things. So let's see what I have. This is my in-process bag from Aldi. I did some sewing in my sewing room. So my guild is doing a block of the month from Pat Speth. She does nickel quilts, which are made from 5-inch squares. So this was the block we did. And I made a whole bunch of them. I needed to make one, but I made 17. So I have a red, white, and blue quilt. And like I said, that's what I tend to do because I do charity quilts with it. So I have to base that up and figure out how I'm going to quilt it. What else is in my magical bag? I have the one block that gets put in toward the next, the whole quilt. So all of my Pat Speth blocks are going to be black, white, and blue, but it might be blue and red, blue and orange, blue and yellow, blue and green, that sort of thing. I got a lot of blue. Joan, I did miss you. Whenever I was taking attendance as people were coming in, I'm like, I think I know what she looks like, but is there a Joan here? So no, I did miss you. And that's very kind for you to stay home. I hope you're feeling better because it's always so sad to miss a good time. And we had a good time. Patty, hello in Ohio. I think you're under the snow, but stay well. Krista, except the purple. No, purple's the best. Sorry, I'm trying to log on. There we go. The purple. I even have the binding done for that quilt, so I'll have to baste it up. What else have I been working on? Oh, by the way, if you don't like purple, don't like purple. You like what you like. That's what's cool about quilting. We get to do the parts we like. You know the part I don't like? Judy Niemeyer piecing. Don't like it. Not at all. So let's see, this pattern is new this year, and it's from Primitive Gatherings, which I love. And Lisa from Primitive Gatherings had a Facebook Live. She does a YouTube Live. It's like Stitch with Lisa Bonjean. And so Primitive Gatherings, it's called Honey Bloom Garden. And then the fabric was Honey Bloom by Three Sisters, and there were 4 charm packs. Now, I saw this kit last spring. And I was expecting a grandbaby last spring, and I bought it. And then my girls, Elijah's parents, said, "Not quite the one we're going for. They got something different." But I still had the kit because I loved it, and I'm making it for my daughter-in-law's niece who just graduated. So I pieced the quilt last week in the hotel, and I feel bad giving the quilt away because it's used. As in, I petted it the whole time I was quilting. It was just so lovely. But it's really, my daughter-in-law described her niece as boho. And this is, I think this hits it. But I don't know how I'm going to quilt it yet. But it is going to be quilted with puffy batting because the light colors of this, like the lightness, this is all really tonal, will really show off the quilting because if I use some puffier batting, like a wool batting, and quilt it, the unquilted area is going to stand up high and cast a shadow. So the quilting, chef's kiss, is just going to be beautiful. It's going to show really well. So I'm going to use the batting so I can show off. And yeah, not really sure what's going to be on here yet, but maybe just some flowers. I don't know. Haven't decided, but it's really pretty. Very happy that I made it. What else do I have in here? I didn't leave the store empty-handed. Often after I finish a quilt, I sell off the pattern. If it's a pattern I bought, if it's a downloadable pattern, I don't. But if it's a pattern I bought a physical copy of, I sell it off. But I'm not selling this one off because it uses charm squares. And I'm sure I'll make this pattern again. So I did not leave the store empty-handed. Pocono sewing back. So let's see what followed me home. Crinkle, 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 crinkle. Now, I am a native Pennsylvanian. I moved to New York in 1988, 89, something like that. I was a teenager. No, really, I was a teenager. Oh, water bottle sticker. That is awesome. I'm getting a second water bottle because I'm out of places for stickers. But that's going on there. Awesome. Thank you. That's a surprise. I love water bottle stickers. So I'm a native Pennsylvanian, but Poconos is on the east side of Pennsylvania, and I'm from the west side of Pennsylvania. So the problem with east and west in Pennsylvania is football, because we have two sports teams, and one is on the west side and one is on the east side. And oh my word, where does that come from when I sit down to talk to you? I already need a nap. Sorry about that. So they had a collection of football fabrics, and they had this panel that I'm about to show you. And then they had Eagles fabric and Steelers fabric. And I thought that was bold to put both of them on the same table because there might be a rivalry. But look at this panel. Isn't this the best? So I will be making something with this. I just needed that panel. For the Super Bowl party, and my daughter and my grandson, he's only 4 months old, but every Sunday is football day for them. So this is probably going to be a floor mat for Elijah with some other stuff around it. So that is what's coming home. Let's see. You are not a fan of purple. Had to wear it as a uniform in a nursing home. I get it. That's my royal blue marching band uniform. Now, royal blue looks great on me. My skin color loves royal blue. It just sings. But I just feel like I'm wearing my marching band uniform. So I get it. And yes, I marched in a band 40 plus years ago, and I still don't like the color. Hello in Kissimmee, Florida, Annette. How much snow did you get today? I'm going to guess none. None. Wasn't that a nice panel of the football panel? I do like football, although I came home Sunday night and I sat on the couch and the football game was on and I didn't watch any of it, and I was dozing in and out through it because the Steelers did not have a good showing. It wasn't a game that was worth staying awake for. Sorry. So yeah, we're not going to talk about the Steelers right now. A football panel, it's great for a hot pad runner for a Super Bowl feast. That was my first thought, but I also thought about Sunday football for my grandson because my daughter likes football too. So just having a football quilt. Now, I do have a kit somewhere in my sewing room that I don't know where it is that is actually pieced footballs and stuff. And I thought that maybe I could put them both together for football stuff. But maybe a table runner, maybe a floor quilt, just something. But it will be to honor the tradition of football in the Brown family. Krista, your fantasy football isn't doing so hot. Yeah, I don't have a league, but my husband's in two. So, he may not like this team, but he likes their defense or he likes their quarterback or whatever. So yeah, I get it. It's very weird. No snow in Florida. 37 was the low, 57 in the high. You're loving the weather. You probably have the heat on, but we kind of call that free weather, where we don't need air conditioning and we don't need the heat. I love weather when the weather is free. We have passed free weather because today's weather, it's 30 right now and windy. This is not free weather. The heat is on because it's cold. But yes, weather where you don't just sweat your brains off is pretty nice. And also weather when you don't need the heat because it's just cold. I bet if I went outside, I'd start to smell smoke because I live in the woods and people heat with wood around here. I haven't lit our wood stove yet, but that's coming. That time is coming. Sorry, I put lemons in my drink, but sometimes you get a seed. So I think that's what's new. I taught a lot. I drove some. I've slept some. I did a little bit of laundry. I'm getting ready for the next event. Did some sewing. And I think I'm going to put on, my problem is I need a good book. I finished that series of books that was about the dolphins. I mean, apes. I mean, gorillas. I mean, aliens. I finished that 6-set book and I need to open up a new series because I just pulled up a random book on my phone and it didn't do it. So I think I need to put a good series on my phone and go and sew for a little while, and that'll wake me up, and then I can get back to work. But yawn. Sorry. So today in the States, we celebrate Veterans Day, which is Armistice Day, the day the ceasefire was declared during World War I. I'm not sure how other countries celebrate that, but that's how we celebrate our veterans today. I know I've been in Australia for Anzac Day, and I think that is a celebration of, either like our Veterans Day or our Memorial Day. But that's what we have going today. So thank you, veterans. Thank you for the sacrifices you have made in serving our country. And I appreciate that. So I am going to maybe I'll go baste up that red, white, and blue quilt because that'll end up going to a veteran at some point. That's why I always make red, white, and blue quilts when I don't know what to make. So that's what's new here. A lot of teaching, not enough sleeping, a little bit of sewing, and then I'm on my way back to Calico Gals this weekend. And then next weekend is my final travel trip for the year for work. And I'll be back at Bits and Pieces in Pelham, New Hampshire with a hands-on, 6 machines, hands-on. So if that class isn't full, sign up for that. And then my next year's classes, I have virtual classes for shops. I have in-person classes for shops. I have handy quilter classes for shops. I have some guild stuff. And if you are interested, have your shop, get in touch with me to come teach near you or your guild or whatever. I have my calendar open. I think it's in the other room, but my calendar is set for next year. And my sister has put her big vacations in place because my travel gets set around my sister's vacation schedule. Because when my sister travels, I move to her house so that I can be nearby for mom. So that's already on the calendar, and now I can put work in. So I'm going to continue winding down from this season, but still getting ready for the next part. I hope you stay warm or cool, depending on where you're living. And I hope you find some time to squeeze some quilting in the parts that make you happy. So I will be back next Tuesday at 2:30 in the afternoon, New York time. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and happy quilting.